Do you feel like your life is a constant waiting room? We spend our Mondays waiting for Friday. We spend our youth waiting for success. We spend our quiet moments waiting for the next big thing to happen so we can finally feel alive. We treat the present moment as a mere bridge to a distant, more important future. We are suffering from destination addiction, the belief that happiness is a place we haven't reached yet. We chase the grandeur of the mountain peak, but in our hurry, we forget that the mountain is made of ordinary stones. What if the meaning of life isn't something you find at the end of the road? What if the meaning is the road itself? There was once a man named Julian, a restless seeker who believed that his life was too small, too mundane. He lived in a quiet village where he worked as a simple carpenter. Every day was the same: the smell of sawdust, the rhythm of the hammer, the taste of plain bread. Julian was convinced that real meaning existed elsewhere, in the great cities, in the palaces of kings, or in the hidden temples of the high mountains. He felt like his life was a rehearsal for a play that never started. One day, Julian packed a small bag and left. He told himself he would not return until he found the Golden Garden, a place where every moment was supposed to be filled with light and purpose. He traveled for years. He walked through magnificent cities, but he was too busy looking for the garden to notice the architecture. He met wise teachers, but he was too focused on his destination to listen to their simple advice. He treated every meal, every conversation, and every sunset as an obstacle in his way. Eventually, Julian reached the highest peak in the world, exhausted and old. He found a small stone hut. Inside sat an old woman who looked exactly like the neighbors he had left behind years ago. "Where is the Golden Garden?" Julian demanded, his voice trembling with years of frustration. "I have searched the whole world. I have ignored everything mundane just to find the sacred." The old woman looked at Julian's dusty boots and then at his tired eyes. "The Golden Garden is not a place you enter," she said softly. "It is a way of looking. You spent 20 years walking past 10,000 golden gardens because you were looking for a sign that said entrance. You treated the water you drank as a chore and the path you walked as a burden. You were so busy seeking enlightenment that you forgot to be awake." Julian looked down at his hands, the hands of a carpenter. He realized that the smell of sawdust he once hated was actually a gift. The rhythm of his hammer was a form of prayer. The plain bread was a miracle. He had spent his life running away from the only thing that was real, the present moment. This is the philosophy of presence. In the Zen tradition, they say, "When eating, eat; when walking, walk." It sounds simple, but it is the most difficult and powerful practice in the world. Most of us are never where our bodies are. Our bodies are washing the dishes, but our minds are in a meeting tomorrow. Our bodies are playing with our children, but our minds are scrolling through a feed of strangers. We are ghosts in our own lives. To find meaning in the ordinary is to reclaim your sovereignty from the future. It is the realization that there are no ordinary moments. Every breath is a one-time event. Every cup of tea is an ephemeral masterpiece that will never exist again. When you give your total, loving attention to a simple task, like sweeping the floor or listening to a friend, you transform that task into a sacred ritual. The grandeur of life is not found in the rare peak moments. It is found in the gaps. It is in the steam rising from your coffee. It is in the weight of your feet on the pavement. It is in the silence between two thoughts. When you stop asking, "What is next?" and start asking, "What is here?" the world begins to glow. Julian returned to his village. He went back to his workshop. He still made tables and chairs, but he was a different man. He no longer rushed. He felt the texture of the wood under his fingers. He listened to the song of the saw. He realized that he didn't need to find a golden garden because his workshop was the garden. He found that by being fully present in the mundane, he had found the sacred tonite. I want you to look at your ordinary life, the chores you hate, the commute you endure, the quiet evening that feels boring. Stop trying to escape. Instead, try to arrive. Give your full attention to the next thing you do, Wash the cup as if it were the most precious treasure in the world. You are not waiting for your life to begin. It is happening right now, in the steam of your tea and the beat of your heart. The extraordinary is hidden in the ordinary. You just have to be there to see it. Be present, be awake. The garden is already here.